All right, you guys. So you guys will probably never believe what happened to me in this Matrix probably about a month ago. So I was using this car driving back and forth to work, and one day I went to go get food at work, and I'm just sitting and eating in my car or whatever, and and I've been driving this car for probably almost 2 weeks, like no problems whatsoever. And like I said, I was eating lunch that one day. All of a sudden, I heard like this loud bang, and I was looking around the car, and I was like, what was that noise? And like, it sounded like it came from like the driver's side. And like, I open up my door a little bit, I peek out, and like, I thought like something hit my car. And I was like, no, there's nothing there. And then I noticed that there was smoke starting to come up through my seatbelt area, and my seatbelt plastic popped off. Like this trim right here popped away, and I was like, what the heck? And my seatbelt locked up. Luckily I wasn't wearing it, but for some reason I'm literally just sitting in a parking lot, and this thing just goes off like a gunshot almost, and all of a sudden, like I said, the smoke coming out of there was, it was like I said, it was literally like a small little bullet went off, and like it smelled like gunpowder and everything like that. And to find out, it was the seatbelt locking up, and there is that mechanism down there to lock the seatbelt in place. Like whenever you get in a crash or something, it'll just lock yourself. And I don't know what triggered it. I mean, and so like, I was almost scared to drive this car home that day, but I drove it and everything was fine. But yeah, it was like, I don't know why it did it. And so then I looked up like the recalls on this Matrix, and specifically the 03 and 04 Matrixes, and I believe some Corollas also had a problem with the SRS module like short circuiting somehow, and they have to add some type of piggyback harness to cause that not to do that. But with that recall being open, it causes your airbags or seatbelts to randomly lock up. So that's what it is, and I do need to get that recall fixed as soon as possible. But for now, we're going to replace this seatbelt and make this car legal again to drive, because obviously it drives and it runs perfectly fine now. I've been fixing some things, and I put the shifter on here, and I have not really been able to drive it since. So because everything all happened before the shifters, so I haven't really wanted to drive this car either, because I don't really trust it. But I do need to get everything all situated, so that way I can take this to the dealership and get those recalls done. But in the meantime, I went out and bought another seatbelt. So this is going to be 2 seatbelts for this car. I replaced the passenger one when I first got the car because it was locked up and needing to be replaced. And then so now I have another one. I don't know. The color on these don't look the same. So I guess I got a color difference. Or unless if it's that worn out, I have no idea. So, but let's start taking the side pillar apart and get the seatbelt back together. But if you guys are interested, I just picked this off of eBay. I used one for, I think it was like 50 bucks, $50. So it's a lot cheaper than actually sending these off to get rebuilt. Because you can send them off to get rebuilt, but you have to pay for shipping. They rebuild it for like $55, $60, and then I think you have to pay for return shipping. I'm not sure. But all in all, it's like when you go to repair a seatbelt, it costs like $75 to like $100. And just buying a OEM used one, which should not be bad, and 50 bucks. So it saves me like $25. So, and I don't even have to take this one out yet. But yeah, let's pop off all this plastic trim and figure out how to take the seatbelt off. Trying to pop this off. I'm assuming we're gonna pop off the floor panel board here. Hopefully. I found 20 cents. I'm 20 cents richer now. I don't even know how that got in there. Alright, so I'm trying to remember doing that one, but I'm pretty sure this plastic clip comes off somehow. I'm not sure. And then there's going to be a bolt there. And then, but once we get that loosened, we can take this piece off here. And then this top piece also will come off with that. So, and there's just like one bolt here, and I think one bolt holding the actual seatbelt on, and the rest is just clips.
Take me back to a place where I felt at home. Take me back to a day when we weren't alone. Take me back to an age when the world felt small. Way back before we blew it all. Take me back to a place where I felt at home. Take me back to a day when we weren't alone. Take me back to
Alright, so I got this all roughed in there. Just to give you guys an idea, if you ever do replace your seatbelt, it's actually pretty simple, at least on the front seats. The back seats might be a little bit more complicated because there's more panels to get at. But this, I just popped off the front one, popped up. I just popped this one up. I didn't even pop it all the way off. And then there's this panel right here, and there's just a few clips holding that one in. And then that pops off, and then that gives you full access to your seatbelt, which there's a 14mm bolt down at the bottom and a 10mm bolt right at the top. And then once you do that one, and then there will be a airbag clip that plugs right into the bottom of the seatbelt. And to tell if your seatbelt obviously needs to be replaced is you can't pull on it, because the other one that I have is completely locked up. You can't pull it at all. It's like literally stuck in place because whatever mechanism's inside of here just like pushes it and like locks the seatbelt in place so it will not move at all. So, and then there will be this cover that goes over on top of this right here, and you can just pop that off, and then there will be another 14mm, and then you can just tighten that, and then your seatbelt is loose. So once you do that, it's as simple as putting it back in, and it will really only go in one way. You can definitely tell by where the airbag clip goes. So if you're putting the seatbelt in and the airbag clip's on the opposite side, you have it in 180 degrees on the wrong side. So just turn it around and you should be able to line everything up. And then just tighten all your bolts up really good, put your covers back on, and then that's it. It's that simple. I'm gonna finish this and then we'll just turn. I also undid the battery so that way there's no power going to this at all. Don't want this to accidentally go off again, so hoping that it won't go off again. And it was just because something else too I noticed is this is the old seatbelt, and you can see how dirty and dusty everything is around here. So I don't know if like dirt and dust got around the clip, because that clip was also like almost black. I wiped it all down really good. I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but I just cleaned it really good so that way nothing could get into that and cause it to like short or anything like that. Don't forget any clips that got stuck. Make sure you get them and put them back. Alright, everything's all set. Just need to find my plastic piece. So then this right here just kind of snaps over the bolt. Alright, we're all done. I'm gonna try to clean this up. This thing is seeing a little bit better days. I didn't really see it, but this is also has a little bit of ripping on the seatbelt, but should be better than not having a seatbelt at all. I'm not going to spend that much money on a new seatbelt if this is just gonna happen again. So I got this. This had a bunch of black gunk on it, and same with this, had a lot of black gunk on it too. There's still a little bit more. I'll try to scrub it a little bit better. See if I can clean that a little bit more, but all in all, looks good. Just like I was showing you guys, a little bit of fraying happening on the seatbelt, but it actually works. So, and also if I pull it, it'll lock up like a normal seatbelt. Everything's good. Now, moment of truth is plugging in the battery and starting the car and seeing if everything goes good and this don't lock up on me again. Alright, well, nothing blew up so far. So, I accidentally left my headlights on. But, I mean, now I gotta start the car. So, but let's get this back on. Alright, so let's start this car up for the first time. Just make sure we don't have any weird airbags or anything like that going on. I mean, everything seems fine. I was gonna say my check engine light went away from the O2 sensor thing, but I think that was because I took my battery apart, or disconnected the battery. But seatbelt is working. No codes on the thing. That's it. It's a win-win for us. Alright, you guys. So this is a pretty quick video on the Matrix. Just wanted to replace the seatbelt real quick. It's super simple. So if you ever have to replace yours or buy like a salvage car or something, I mean, seatbelts are super easy to replace. So, and that's what I found out. Like when I bought this car, I knew I needed a passenger seatbelt, replaced it, and went super simple. So now that I replaced this one, this was literally took me like 20 minutes or something like that. So it wasn't too bad. But if you guys are new, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys next time.